In today's world, women have more options than ever, and standing out isn't about being flashy, wealthy, or constantly available. It's about creating a connection so powerful that she chooses you, even when other options exist. Women are drawn to men who exude confidence, independence, and emotional intelligence. They notice energy, presence, and consistency far more than words or material gestures. The right approach doesn't involve chasing or pleading. It involves creating magnetic attraction that makes her feel compelled to invest in you. Making a woman choose you requires understanding female psychology and leveraging natural principles of attraction. It's about becoming the man she sees as valuable, dependable, exciting, and unique. When done correctly, she doesn't have to be persuaded. She wants to be with you because of the energy, stability, and emotional engagement you bring into her life. Men often fail because they rely on validation seeking, overattention, or trying to be everything to her. These approaches backfire. Attraction thrives on balance, presence without neediness, warmth without over-availability, and stability paired with intrigue. In this video, you'll discover 7 actionable strategies to make a woman choose you, even when she has other options. You'll learn how to command respect, create emotional and sexual tension, build curiosity, and become an irreplaceable figure in her life. Each section will provide practical insights rooted in psychology, showing how to shift the dynamic so she actively wants to prioritize you above others. By the end, you'll understand exactly how to stand out, build desire, and establish a connection so strong that she chooses you naturally without games or manipulation. 1. Command respect. The first step to making a woman choose you is commanding respect. Respect is the foundation of attraction, and without it, no amount of charm, money, or attention will make her prioritize you. Women instinctively gravitate toward men who demonstrate confidence, consistency, and self-respect. A man who commands respect sets boundaries, maintains composure, and communicates clearly signals that he values himself and expects the same from others. Start with your behavior and energy. Avoid overreacting to minor slights or disagreements. Emotional control is magnetic. When she tests your patience or challenges you, responding with calm confidence rather than anger or desperation shows that you are stable and grounded. This stability makes you reliable and attractive. Women unconsciously associate emotional composure with safety, strength, and leadership, qualities they naturally prioritize in a partner. Boundaries are crucial for commanding respect. Set limits around your time, attention, and personal space. Don't be constantly available or overinvest emotionally. A man who has standards and enforces them naturally gains influence. If she knows you won't tolerate disrespect or unnecessary drama, she begins to respect your presence and consider you a priority. Boundaries communicate value without words, and women notice subtle cues far more than overt declarations. Consistency in actions also reinforces respect. Show up on time, follow through on commitments, and maintain a lifestyle that reflects your priorities and values. Reliability demonstrates competence and integrity, signaling that you are someone worth her attention and trust. Inconsistency or neediness, on the other hand, erodes attraction quickly. Women naturally evaluate men based on their energy and patterns, not intentions or promises. Physical presence contributes to respect as well. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, and carry yourself with confidence. Simple actions like speaking clearly, moving with purpose, and engaging with attentiveness make a man appear competent and self-assured. Women are drawn to men who exude energy that communicates control without arrogance. Respect is reinforced by how you handle other social interactions. Treat others with fairness, politeness, and confidence. Dominance or control over others is not necessary. subtle authority and composed social engagement are far more powerful. Women notice these dynamics subconsciously and perceive a man who commands respect as someone worth investing in emotionally. Finally, respect is earned through your internal mindset. A man who values himself, focuses on personal growth, and maintains his dignity regardless of her attention communicates high status. This shifts the dynamic. Instead of chasing, you become observed, and she naturally prioritizes you because she sees strength, stability, and value. Commanding respect isn't about control or manipulation, it's about self-mastery. It sets the tone for all other aspects of attraction, ensuring that she sees you as someone worth choosing above anyone else. When combined with emotional intelligence, intrigue, and consistent value, respect becomes the cornerstone that makes a woman actively prioritize you, even when other options are available. 2. Spark emotional connection. Once you've established respect, the next step is to spark a deep emotional connection. Emotional connection is what makes a woman feel invested, understood, and attached, and it's far more powerful than surface-level attraction. When she feels that you genuinely understand her, respond to her emotions, and make her feel valued, she naturally prioritizes you over others. The key is to engage her mind and heart simultaneously, creating attachment that feels effortless but is psychologically strong. Start by listening actively. Women can immediately sense when a man is truly present versus when he is distracted or pretending to care. When she shares thoughts, feelings, or experiences, respond thoughtfully. Reflect on what she says, ask questions that invite deeper conversation, and show that you remember details she mentions. This signals that her words and emotions matter to you. Emotional engagement builds trust and attachment, which strengthens her desire to choose you over other men. Empathy is a powerful tool. Validate her feelings without judgment, even if you don't fully agree. Women are drawn to men who can create a safe emotional space, someone who doesn't react impulsively or criticize. Emotional stability combined with genuine understanding cultivates a sense of security. She begins to associate you with comfort, reliability, and emotional safety, which makes her prioritize your presence. Shared experiences deepen the connection. Experiences don't have to be grand or expensive. Simple moments of laughter, vulnerability, or mutual discovery can trigger emotional bonding. When you create positive, memorable interactions, her mind begins replaying these moments, reinforcing attachment and building desire. Emotional highs and lows in controlled ways, such as playful teasing followed by attentiveness, further strengthen connection by creating excitement and anticipation. Non-verbal communication also amplifies emotional connection. Eye contact, subtle touch, and calm presence all reinforce engagement without overbearing pressure. When combined with attentive listening and responsive conversation, these cues create a holistic, emotional experience. Women register these signals subconsciously, which increases attachment and fosters loyalty. Consistency is critical. Emotional connection isn't built in a single interaction. Show her that you are reliable, responsive, and present over time. When she experiences repeated moments of understanding and attentiveness, she begins to feel invested and attached. This repetition solidifies her emotional preference for you, making her more likely to choose you over other options. Finally, balance emotional engagement with independence. Be emotionally available but not dependent on her attention or approval. This balance signals high value, showing that you are self-sufficient while also being capable of deep connection. Women are attracted to men who provide both excitement and emotional stability. They become reliant on your energy and presence while still respecting your autonomy. By sparking emotional connection through active listening, empathy, shared experiences, nonverbal cues, and consistency, you create a bond that goes beyond surface attraction. She begins to feel understood, valued, and emotionally drawn to you. This bond makes her invest emotionally and choose you, even if other men are competing for her attention. Emotional connection is the bridge between respect and desire, the force that turns attraction into prioritization. 3. Create irresistible attraction. After establishing respect and emotional connection, the next step is creating irresistible attraction. Attraction is what sparks desire and keeps a woman engaged mentally, emotionally, and physically. Without it, emotional connection alone may make her comfortable around you, but she won't feel compelled to choose you. Attraction is built through a combination of confidence, presence, sexual tension, and lifestyle, all of which signal value and generate desire. Start with confidence. Confidence is magnetic. A man who carries himself with self-assurance, calm energy, and decisiveness naturally draws attention. Women are wired to notice energy and presence before words or gestures. Your posture, tone, and deliberate movements communicate that you are in control of yourself and your life. Confidence is not arrogance. It's quiet assurance, demonstrating that you are comfortable in your own skin and capable of providing stability and leadership. Sexual tension is a key component of attraction. Subtle flirting, playful teasing, and intentional body language create chemistry without crossing boundaries. Eye contact, brief touches at the right moments, and playful banter spark interest and anticipation. Sexual tension engages the subconscious mind, making her think about you even when you're not present. Women are drawn to men who can combine emotional depth with physical chemistry. This creates an irresistible pull. Lifestyle and independence enhance attraction. A man who is passionate about his life, has goals, and maintains friendships signals value. When she sees that you are not dependent on her attention or validation, your energy becomes scarce and desirable. Experiences, achievements, and personal growth communicate competence and ambition, qualities that make you a man she wants to prioritize. Emotional contrast strengthens attraction further. Alternating moments of attentiveness, warmth, and engagement with calm detachment creates mental stimulation and intrigue. She begins to chase your energy subconsciously, replaying interactions and anticipating future encounters. This push and pull dynamic increases desire and deepens her interest. Humor and playfulness are also crucial. A man who can make her laugh, create memorable moments, and combine light-hearted fun with emotional connection becomes unforgettable. Positive emotional experiences trigger dopamine, reinforcing attraction and encouraging her to associate those feelings with you. Finally, maintain a balance between availability and independence. Being fully present during interactions while living a fulfilling life outside of her attention creates both emotional security and intrigue. She feels connected, but also compelled to invest and choose you voluntarily. Creating irresistible attraction is about combining confidence, sexual tension, emotional contrast, lifestyle, and playfulness. When executed consistently, women perceive you as high value, exciting, and emotionally engaging. She begins to see you as someone worth prioritizing, naturally choosing you even when other options exist. Attraction is the spark that fuels desire and sets the stage for deeper emotional investment. 4. Stand out among options. In a world where women have multiple choices, standing out is essential if you want her to choose you. Simply being good or available isn't enough. She needs to see qualities in you that differentiate you from others. Standing out isn't about flashy gestures or trying to compete superficially. It's about projecting uniqueness, confidence, and consistency in ways that make her perceive you as rare, valuable, and worthy of her attention above all others. Start by cultivating a compelling presence. How you carry yourself, your energy, and your interactions matter more than what you say. Women are drawn to men who radiate calm confidence, self-sufficiency, and purpose. When you engage in conversation, demonstrate intelligence, wit, or insight without forcing it. Subtle humor, a unique perspective, or a calm command of your environment makes you memorable. She may meet many men, but few leave a lasting impression because few men balance presence, confidence, and authenticity naturally. Lifestyle plays a critical role in standing out. A man who has a rich, full life demonstrates independence and value. Pursue passions, maintain close friendships, and invest in personal growth. Women notice men who are engaged with the world and have goals they are actively chasing. When she sees that your attention isn't dependent on her and that your life is vibrant, she perceives you as high value. Scarcity and uniqueness amplify attraction. A man with a full life creates both. Consistency and reliability further distinguish you. Many men overpromise or fail to follow through, which diminishes trust and attractiveness. By consistently demonstrating integrity, emotional stability, and competence, you signal that you are dependable and trustworthy. A rare combination in a landscape filled with uncertainty. She begins to recognize your value, not just superficially, but at a deeper psychological level. Physical presence and grooming also contribute to differentiation. Subtle attention to appearance, posture, and body language signals self-respect and competence. When combined with confidence, charm, and independent energy, these cues make you more memorable and desirable. Challenge and intrigue are additional tools. Light teasing, intellectual challenge, and playful banter spark engagement and curiosity. Women are naturally drawn to men who are slightly unpredictable, confident, and stimulating to be around. When she is mentally engaged with your energy and personality, she begins prioritizing you over others because you stand out in ways she can't ignore. Finally, emotional engagement paired with independence is key. She must feel a genuine connection while recognizing that your attention is valuable and selectively offered. This balance creates magnetic polarity. You are not just another option. She begins to see you as someone unique, capable of providing excitement, security, and emotional fulfillment simultaneously. Standing out among options is about presence, confidence, lifestyle, reliability, intrigue, and emotional engagement. When executed consistently, it positions you as the man she wants, admires, and ultimately chooses. By differentiating yourself in authentic ways, you become irreplaceable in her mind, ensuring that she prioritizes you even when other opportunities exist. 5. Master emotional high and low. Creating emotional highs and lows is a crucial step to making a woman choose you, because it triggers deep psychological and emotional investment. Women are drawn to men who can create excitement, intrigue, and emotional intensity while maintaining stability and independence. Emotional highs generate attraction and desire, while controlled lows create anticipation and longing. Mastering this dynamic ensures that she experiences both thrill and security in your presence, making you the man she actively prioritizes. Start with emotional highs. These are moments when she feels joy, excitement, or intense engagement with you. Humor, playful teasing, shared adventures, or unexpected gestures can spark positive emotional spikes. When you make her laugh, surprise her in small, meaningful ways, or create memorable experiences, you're triggering dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and desire. These moments are psychologically powerful because her brain begins associating you with excitement and emotional reward. Controlled emotional lows are just as important. They don't mean being cold or dismissive, but rather maintaining independence and not being overly available. After a high, allow space for her to reflect and anticipate your next interaction. By not immediately responding to every text or call, you create subtle tension that keeps her thinking about you. This interplay between presence and absence triggers a natural pull, making her more invested and curious about your life. Consistency in this dynamic is key. Women notice patterns of emotional energy. A man who can create highs, maintain calm independence, and respond thoughtfully to her emotional cues signals both competence and self-control. Emotional contrast, when applied correctly, ensures that she experiences attachment, excitement, and curiosity simultaneously. She becomes emotionally engaged in ways that make her prioritize you over others. Physical and verbal cues amplify this effect. Touch, eye contact, confident posture, and vocal tone can heighten emotional impact. Subtle flirtation combined with meaningful conversation creates depth while maintaining intrigue. The goal is to stimulate both her mind and body, ensuring a holistic experience that she associates uniquely with you. Balancing warmth and challenge strengthens this dynamic further. Show genuine care and attentiveness while also maintaining boundaries and selective attention. Women are drawn to men who are emotionally present, yet not dependent on their validation. This balance creates polarity, making your presence feel valuable and your absence intriguing. Mastering emotional highs and lows also involves self-regulation. A man who can remain calm, grounded, and consistent while managing the emotional intensity he evokes demonstrates high value. Women instinctively respond to this energy by investing emotionally and mentally, often prioritizing such men over others who lack balance or stability. Ultimately, emotional highs and lows create a magnetic dynamic. She begins to associate you with excitement, safety, challenge, and reward all at once. The psychological pull becomes strong. She thinks about you, anticipates interactions, and naturally chooses you because of the unique emotional experience you provide. This mastery is a cornerstone of attraction that elevates your presence above competitors. 6. Show independence and confidence. Independence and confidence are essential traits that make a woman prioritize you over other options. Women are drawn to men who have their own lives, passions, and goals because it signals high value, self-sufficiency, and stability. A man who is confident in himself, his abilities, and his purpose creates an aura of magnetic attraction that makes her naturally choose him. Independence ensures that your attention is earned rather than given freely, which heightens desire and prioritization. Start by developing a fulfilling life outside of her attention. Pursue hobbies, career goals, friendships, and personal growth. A man with a rich life signals that he doesn't rely on a woman for validation or happiness. Women subconsciously respond to this energy. It creates scarcity, intrigue, and admiration. When she sees you actively engaged in meaningful pursuits, she perceives your time and attention as valuable. This dynamic makes her more invested and likely to prioritize you. Confidence is equally important. Confidence isn't about arrogance or showing off. It's about self-assurance, decisiveness, and the ability to maintain composure under pressure. A confident man communicates that he is in control of himself and his life. This emotional stability is attractive because it creates security while simultaneously projecting strength and competence. Women are instinctively drawn to men who carry themselves with calm authority, making them feel safe and excited at the same time. Boundaries reinforce independence and confidence. A man who sets clear limits around time, attention, and emotional energy demonstrates self-respect. He doesn't overcommit, chase, or beg for validation. Women respect and prioritize men who maintain their standards because it signals value, maturity, and personal integrity. Boundaries create a sense of worthiness and make her more likely to choose you over men who are overly available or desperate. Your presence should reflect independence and confidence. Carry yourself with purpose. Maintain eye contact and engage in interactions with calm, deliberate energy. Avoid unnecessary explanations or attempts to impress. Subtle cues like posture, tone, and controlled gestures communicate self-assurance more powerfully than words. Women notice these cues subconsciously, which reinforces attraction and the perception of high value. Emotional independence complements physical and social independence. Manage your emotions effectively and avoid overreacting to her attention or lack thereof. Stoic principles apply here. Focus on what you can control, your behavior and energy, rather than trying to manipulate her feelings. Emotional composure makes you stable, reliable, and intriguing. Women instinctively prioritize men who create both excitement and emotional security. Ultimately, independence and confidence make you irreplaceable in her eyes. By having your own life, maintaining boundaries, projecting calm self-assurance, and managing emotions effectively, you create a magnetic presence that draws her back to you. She begins to choose you not because she feels pressured, but because your energy, stability, and life purpose naturally make you the most desirable option. 7. Become irreplaceable. The final step to making a woman choose you is becoming irreplaceable. Being irreplaceable means she sees you as someone she cannot substitute or replicate with anyone else. It's the combination of respect, emotional connection, attraction, independence, and consistency that creates a unique position in her mind and heart. When she perceives you as irreplaceable, she naturally prioritizes you above all others, even when multiple options are available. Start by cultivating a strong emotional presence. Be the man she turns to for understanding, support, and meaningful connection. Listen actively, validate her feelings, and create moments where she feels fully seen. Women attach deeply to men who can engage them emotionally without being needy or overbearing. By consistently providing a safe space for her emotions, you become someone she depends on and values beyond superficial attraction. Combine emotional presence with excitement and intrigue. Balance calm, dependable energy with playful challenge, flirtation, and unpredictability. Women are drawn to men who can create both security and stimulation. Emotional contrast, the interplay of warmth, attention, challenge, and independence makes your presence compelling. She begins to associate you with unique emotional experiences she cannot get elsewhere, which strengthens attachment. Physical and social cues also reinforce irreplaceability. Maintain grooming, posture, and energy that signal self-respect and competence. Cultivate a lifestyle filled with passions, achievements, and fulfilling relationships. When she observes that you are fully engaged with life, she perceives your attention as valuable. Being selectively available amplifies this effect, creating desire and mental investment. She begins to see you as a man with high standards whose attention is earned rather than freely given. Consistency over time solidifies your irreplaceable position. Show reliability in actions, composure in emotions, and integrity in behavior. Women notice patterns subconsciously. Consistent demonstration of value, confidence, and emotional intelligence makes you memorable and trustworthy. She begins to internalize that you are unique, dependable, and exciting all at once, a combination that is rare and highly desirable. Challenge her mind subtly. Stimulate curiosity and engagement through intelligent conversation, teasing, or hints about your life and ambitions. Leave room for exploration rather than revealing everything at once. Mystery creates mental loops where she constantly thinks about you, analyzes interactions, and anticipates future encounters. The combination of intrigue, emotional depth, and presence ensures that her focus remains on you, even when other men are around. Ultimately, becoming irreplaceable is about embodying qualities that no other man in her life currently provides. You balance emotional connection with independence, attraction with stability, presence with mystery, and engagement with selective absence. When she perceives that you fulfill multiple psychological and emotional needs while remaining high value and confident, she naturally chooses you over other options. Your influence is earned, not forced, making her decision authentic and lasting. By mastering respect, emotional connection, irresistible attraction, distinction, emotional highs and lows, independence, and ultimately becoming irreplaceable, you create a dynamic where a woman doesn't just like you, she chooses you. She prioritizes your energy, presence, and attention, because no one else provides the combination of emotional fulfillment, excitement, and stability that you consistently offer. Making a woman choose you, even when she has other options, is about creating a combination of respect, emotional connection, attraction, independence, and irreplaceability. It's not about manipulation, pleading, or competing superficially. It's about becoming a man she cannot ignore or substitute. When you embody confidence, composure, and value, she naturally prioritizes you because of the unique experience you provide emotionally, mentally, and physically. Commanding respect establishes your foundation. Women are drawn to men who maintain boundaries, handle themselves with composure, and communicate self-worth without arrogance. Emotional connection deepens investment, making her feel seen, understood, and valued. Irresistible attraction ensures desire, combining confidence, sexual tension, and lifestyle cues that make her think about you even when you're absent. Standing out among options differentiates you from other men, while mastering emotional highs and lows creates a dynamic that keeps her engaged and mentally preoccupied. Independence and confidence amplify value, showing that your attention is earned and meaningful. Finally, becoming irreplaceable ensures she sees you as unique, combining stability, excitement, and emotional fulfillment in a way no one else does. The key throughout is balance. Presence with independence, warmth with challenge, emotional engagement with composure. Women instinctively respond to men who offer excitement, security, and consistent value. When you master these principles, you don't have to chase her attention. She actively chooses you, invests in the connection, and prioritizes your presence over others. Ultimately, making a woman choose you is about becoming the man she wants and respects, someone who adds value to her life while maintaining self-respect, independence, and emotional mastery. The result is authentic desire, loyalty, and prioritization.